Your company is in the market for an SD-WAN solution or SASE solution, and maybe you've even gotten a quote. And one of the things you're wondering is, are all of these SD-WAN or SASE solutions, are they all priced the same? Is it worth getting multiple quotes, or are they all kind of going to be around the same price? Well, my name is Mike Smith. I'm the president of AeroCom. Let's put our heads together on this. But first, if you'd like my recommendation on the best SD-WAN or SASE solutions your company should be quoting, send me an email, give me a call, join the thousands of other IT professionals who have used me to help them make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. And I don't charge your company a dime. So no excuse not to at least reach out. I'm a broker for all the major SASE and SD-WAN solutions out there. I know the industry inside and out. I've been doing this for over 20 years. That's why I have the gray hairs. And based on your company's requirements, I can tell you which ones you should be quoting and which ones you shouldn't. I'll introduce you to the best people at those vendors, and I will get you better pricing on those companies than you'd ever be able to get on your own. So send me an email, give me a call. I'd love to talk about it. That's why I do these videos. I'd love to help you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my weekly videos that I put out, and hit the little bell button so you get alerted when a video comes out. And go check out our website, AeroCominc.com. It's pretty cool. I bet you haven't seen a website like it. You can compare providers, write reviews, read reviews, all kinds of cool stuff. All right, well, let me answer the first question right out of the gate. No, all SD-WAN and SASE solutions are not priced the same. They are priced differently. In fact, there are three main types of pricing offered by SASE and SD-WAN solutions. The number one and most common type of pricing is pricing by bandwidth. That means that depending on the amount of bandwidth that you have for your internet connectivity at each site, that's going to dictate the pricing. So for instance, if you have a gigabit DIA circuit as your primary connection and a 500 meg business class cable connection as your backup, you go, oh, well, we have all this bandwidth. Like, how much does it cost? Well, the service provider is going to ask you, how much bandwidth are you actually using for throughput on the network? And maybe you say, well, we never use more than 200 meg. In actuality, we have these big connections, but we actually never use really more than 200. Well, that's going to be what they price it at, is 200 meg. But a lot of vendors are going to cap your bandwidth at 200 meg when they price it that way. So point is, they charge for bandwidth, they charge by bandwidth at every single site. So every single site, they're going to know, you need to know, tell them how much bandwidth you have, and they're going to determine, that'll determine the price for that site. A second way that some SD-WAN and SASE solutions price is by number of internet circuits. So if you have one internet circuit, it's one price. If you have a second, it adds a little bit more. A third, it adds a little bit more. So they price it by the number of internet circuits at each site. So each site's going to get a different price depending on the number of circuits. And lastly, some SD-WAN and SASE solutions out there charge by the number of users your company has. So large sites are more expensive than small sites. It's depending on how many users are going to be using that solution at each site. So that's a pretty cool way of pricing it out if you have, especially if you have high bandwidth at each of the sites, but low amounts of users, that might be a good one to use. And when it comes to pricing, in addition to the three types of pricing, there's also some add-ons. A big popular add-on is SASE. So what that is a cloud-based security solution. It's like a next-gen firewall included with your SD-WAN solution, like including things like intrusion detection, intrusion prevention, content filtering. So that would be a SASE solution, and that adds additional cost to your SD-WAN solution. Another thing that might add a little bit of cost when it comes to security is CASB. So that's application-based security, securing all of your cloud-based applications. So that's something that SD-WAN providers, some of them can add on there that adds additional cost. And lastly, high availability is a very popular add-on. If you want to have two appliances at every site, maybe an active-passive or an active-active, you can set that up. That's called high availability, and that adds some additional price. So those are additional pricing add-ons, but those bring a lot of value. So something you might want to consider when it comes to pricing out SD-WAN. All right, again, if you'd like my recommendation on the best SD-WAN and SASE solutions your company should be quoting, reach out and contact me, send me an email, give me a call, join the thousands of other IT professionals who have used me to help them make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. I'll introduce you to the best vendors your company should be quoting based on your company's requirements. And like, hey, if you have a lot of bandwidth, like all the stuff we talked about today, I'll narrow it down. I'll make sure you get hooked up with providers that have a great reputation for service quality, customer service, the pricing's right, and I will get you much better pricing on those vendors than you'd ever be able to get on your own. So don't hesitate, send me an email, give me a call. I will also introduce you to the best people to work with at those vendors, and I won't charge you anything for using me to help consult you. The service providers pay me my broker fees, so no excuse not to at least reach out and give me a call and see what I have to say. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I know the industry inside and out, and I can definitely help you make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. So give me a try. That's why I do these videos. I love to talk to you about this stuff. All right, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my weekly videos that I put out. And go check out our website, AeroCominc.com, where you can write reviews on providers, read reviews on providers, all kinds of cool stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.